Let's go.
Stressing me out over here. Not gonna look pretty if I'm stressed out.
I'm ready. I'm ready to make this video. Are you ready to make this video? It doesn't look like you're ready to make this video. You're just giggling. Come on. Look at this. Just talking that whole over there.
Alright, ready?
Yes. So much. So much readiness for me. Action.
Hello, fellow friends, both old and anew. We are Dunny, Denny, Sophie, and Zuzanu. We moved down to Georgia from the slums of CT, bought a camper named Phil, and we're heading towards Cali. So don't forget to subscribe if you want to feel like you're a part of the Nakomobile.
Ready? 3, 2. Sophie, go lay down. Go lay down.
Go to your place.
Go lay down.
Go to your place.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. It's been 9 months. The time it normally takes for a human being to make another human being. We are just making a video.
It's been 9 months, and we are gonna let you guys know what we did for 2019 while you guys weren't watching.
How is that any different than what we already filmed?
Alright, ready, set, hello everybody.
Welcome back to the channel.
It's been 9 months.
The average length of time it takes for a woman to produce a child. The average time it takes for a child to come out of a person, it takes us to make a video. Just kidding. It's just been a really wild ride down here in the South, and a lot of stuff has happened. We wrote it down in a list. We have some footage that we weren't able to render and upload for you folks in real time, so we're going to show bits and pieces of it while we jump through everything that you guys have missed.
So last time that you guys saw us,
Yes.
it was April,
Yes.
and we posted a video of Sophie getting her nails pulled right off. And right after that, literally that same week, we got into our very first car accident, which we can't really talk about too much because there is a legal process happening right now about it. After the car accident, my mother came to visit, not just my mother, but my family came to visit. We explored some of Atlanta. We went to the Coca-Cola Museum. We ate yummy food. And then May, absolutely nothing happened in May other than we had a barbecue. Our very first and only barbecue at the house that we were renting in.
Correct. Didn't do a lot of May other than recover and recuperate.
Yep.
June came along because Sophie's always curious on what's on the other side of a wall, and with the help of
a really big storm.
Never-ending storms after never-ending storms, the fence the fence flew off right our house. The fence flew off right off our fence flew off
the side of our house.
The side of our house.
You had to rebuild it though.
And I had to rebuild it. There might be a picture of that too somewhere. Mm-hmm. And then we went to Texas for my birthday. Not because I wanted to go to Texas for my birthday, but because I wanted to have an In-N-Out burger for my birthday, and the closest In-N-Out burger is in Texas. Mm-hmm. So that's where we went. Had a pleasant time. Got these jeans here. And also a hat that matched them, but that's lost somewhere, and I'm really upset about it because it was my favorite hat that I ever had.
And you lost it twice.
And I lost it twice. Once at my parents' house when I went to go visit. That's somewhere in here. Actually, the next month. In July, I went to, I guess as a birthday present, my parents thought that I'd like to see them in person, which is very selfish of them. But I went anyway because it's an airplane ride, and I left my hat there. But then somehow retrieved it when we went to go visit them again in August sometime. And then after that, it's either in here somewhere or
gone forever.
Someone else has it.
Well, that was all that we did in July. And then in August, we had our second car accident. I almost died. And we totaled our car, and that was the end of our brand new 2019 Toyota Corolla.
Only lasted less than...
From...
He was barely a year old.
We didn't have a car, and Ubering and Lyft was getting very expensive to go to work every single day. Very, very expensive.
Yeah, it was like a couple $100 a week to go to work, where you only made a couple $100. Mm-hmm. Despite all that,
I still went to Connecticut to go visit my family. It's not like we paid for the tickets.
That's right.
They were free tickets.
What can you do?
Did I even take a plane to Connecticut? We also got some hate with our mailbox in that same month. Our
Someone
neighbors
smashed our mailbox. I guess they just really didn't like the
us.
way we were keeping our lawn.
Which, by the way, according to Denny, who said he was going to mow it every weekend and only got mowed once the whole year that we were there.
That's not grass. I had a push mower that could mow grass. Our whole front lawn
was just weeds.
Covered in dandelions, and our push mower just went over it. It just pushed over the weeds. There was no cutting of it.
And the landlord said that it was our responsibility, and we weren't about to go buy like a mower.
$100 on a lawnmower,
especially because we knew that we
rental property.
We weren't planning on moving on another house at this point.
Who wants a lawnmower?
Right after all of that happened and we came back from Connecticut, we started talking about what the next step would be, because we also found out around that time that our rent was going to be going up in our lease, and we also knew that we didn't want to renew our lease with the agency that we were with because they really sucked, and we had many issues with them. So in September we bought our RV.
Yeah, from a peanut farmer in Florida. We started renovating it obviously so that, we can take it out of the 2000s that it was made in.
Yeah.
And make it look like it was made in 2010.
No, you are just so much. So in October, the month after we bought our RV, we finally took it out on its very first trip, because it took us that long to officially move into it. We also got evicted.
Yeah, you could say that we moved into an RV. You could also say that we got evicted into an RV. Whatever story you like to make up in your heads. We were there before, now we're here now.
Then we also had the terrible experience of Sophie eating a mushroom and needing to be rushed to the ER because her eyes flipped back and she was hallucinating and...
Probably having the trip of her life.
And she also threw up instantly, once she ate it. So she removed most of it herself, and then we had to rush her to the ER because her face and her eyes were doing funny
Pupper full of black charcoal. Got evicted, moved into an RV. I had a series of bad haircuts, which I would love to make a video about, because the amount of times that you can pay a reasonable price for a haircut and then get an unreasonable looking haircut is ridiculous, and I just have to go off on that eventually. I mean, I'm sure you have some stories. We can probably make that into a video sometime.
Then we took the RV for the very first time spontaneously to Connecticut.
To surprise our folks, because that was a good idea.
They saw the RV. It was still in its early stages of remodeling, so it looked way worse than what it looks like now.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah.
Marginally worse. An hour before we got home, after driving God knows how many, and becoming delirious from the road and hallucinating, our tire burst.
Yeah. And that was really scary.
We heard an explosion. We were confused. It was the middle of the night. It was on a highway. We called Progressive. They had difficulty finding us, but it wasn't even really them. It was the person that they sent out, who was a third-party representative of some kind of mechanical shop somewhere. He couldn't lift up the RV to get the tire off of it, so he had to call in somebody else, and then he had to find somebody to sell a tire to us in the middle of the night because our spare was
20 years old.
20 years old and had looked like it went through a very large industrial grade paper shredder. So by the time the second guy came around, it was 3 or 4 in the morning. We barely got any sleep. It cost us $300 because of my sister. We were able to get it because we didn't have $300 since we just came from Connecticut. Literally went broke on gas, about to come back to Georgia, I guess, for some reason. And it was a hoot and a holler.
In December, all we did was traveling, and by traveling, just inside of Georgia where we're staying, and kind of just getting used to RV life, because prior to buying the RV, I had never been in one, and I also had no idea how anything worked in here. So it's been a learning curve for both of us.
We still have no idea how anything works in here, except for the shitter. The good old shitter. There's just some buttons. There's and switches that you can push and touch and flip.
They do nothing.
Nothing happens.
In December, though, was our anniversary.
We went to this Brazilian steakhouse where
it was incredible food.
People serve you like you're a king, but little do they know.
And then we went to Florida for New Year's to meet with my family, who drove from Connecticut to Florida to spend a week there. We couldn't spend a week there because Denny had work, so we only spent two days and 2 nights there. It was nice to see everybody. And then after Florida, we celebrated New Year's. You were working, so it was just like a casual thing. Nothing special for us.
Yeah,
we went to bed
at like 9. Because who cares?
It's now 2020 and it's January. We're currently still in January. For January, it was my birthday and I turned 27. And we celebrated my birthday at Harry Potter World because it's one of my favorite places. After my birthday, we continued some more remodeling and some more traveling. And we lost our jobs.
Well, you didn't lose your job.
I didn't lose my job.
You applied for and completed your occasional seasonal position. I'm the one that lost my job, can't find it anymore, I don't know where it went. And now in this moment where we have the ability
to go
anywhere we want and no obligation to stay
where we are
here for any reason, we've decided that we're going to move to California and be a part of the 39 million other people that are there doing God knows what, but doing so in a way warmer environment than this is.
Here's what nobody tells you about Georgia. It rains all the time here. All the time.
Like it's recuperating from a drought. I guess given the angle that the state is in on the curvature of the earth and how it like hits the sun, it like things just get bleached out and you walk outside and you feel like you're just getting like radiated. Like the ozone here is thinner than anywhere else.
We also have multiple issues with the state that we're in, which will be a whole different video altogether.
Just, sit on your hands and wait for the top 10 things we love about Georgia. We plan on releasing a video once a week, hopefully on some consistent basis, but nonetheless, once per 7 days until we have enough money.
We are very glad that you guys have stuck around. We really thought...
All 91 of you.
Yeah, we really thought we would have lost all of our subscribers for the amount of time that we spent not vlogging or posting anything. So thank you for all of you guys that have stayed. And welcome aboard if you're brand new. And grab some popcorn because it's always funny.
If this is someone's first video watching, oh boy, are you lucky. You're really at the start of something... big.
Yeah.
Used to define. How do you say big in sign?
And we'll see you in the next video.